Alrighty guys, we're back for some big red. As promised, we're bringing you guys some mono red mid-range. If you guys haven't checked out my mono red aggro video, I'll like pin it in the comments or something. This is a Streets of New Capenna standard build, and we're gonna go over the deck, then hop into some ranked. The ranks just reset, so I mean, why not, right? At that point, might as well test it out again against the actual meta. And if anybody doesn't know, I'm Red Cat, and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well. Additionally, guys, if you want to help us reach our sub goal of 1,000, and if you enjoy the content, of course, then please consider subscribing because it is much appreciated, friends. So what do we got in the deck here? We got 4 Goldhounds, 1 Spikefield Hazard, and 3 Strangles. I'm going to drop the Spikefield Hazard in the mana base and go over the new cards here. 1 drop, 1/1, first strike, menace, tap it, sack it, add a mana of any color. Awesome. Amazing ramp, guys. Helps you fix your mana, not like it's required in this deck because everything's red. But I love this, and it's a treasure dog, so it works with Goldspan too, I think, which is pretty cool. We have 3 Strangles. So yeah, the Strangle deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. One downside, it's a sorcery speed. I'm not sure if it's worth it. You might just want to play like Snowland and have a Frostbite, but I don't know. We got to test it out, man. So we got 3 of them. 4 Dragon's Fire, 2 Shatterskull Smashing, which I'm going to drop in the mana base over here. And Dragon's Fire, we have a decent amount of dragons in the deck that can work with this. So extra damage off of this is definitely worth having in here. 2 Demon Bolts. So this is actually pretty darn spicy, guys. There's a lot of things that you can do with this. Foretell it on turn 2, and then on turn 3, drop a Glittering Stockpile, which is a 3-drop tap, add 1 red source, put a stash counter on Glittering Stockpile. So you'll have that 1 red source open on 3, and you ramped off the stockpile, and now you have the Demon Bolt at the ready as an instant speed, which is really cool, actually. It might even be worth, like, if that happens to be super valuable, you might actually want to go up a Demon Bolt or so, and down some Strangles. So what's the second ability? What's the deal with the stash counter on the Glittering Stockpile? You can tap it, sack it, add X mana of any 1 color, where X is the number of stash counters on Glittering Stockpile. Yeah. So this, the longer the game goes on, you can tap this for some serious mana, and that's pretty spicy, honestly. And it's a treasure artifact too, so technically if you're really desperate, this works with Goldspan too, but you'd be sacking it for 2 instead of just using its ability or something, but yeah, you never know, right? 3 big scores, which could just be 3 unexpected windfalls or whatever the card's called, right? It's like the exact same ability, except I believe unexpected windfall is 2 red sources, which is completely fine in this deck. But hey, new card, so here it is, right? 3 Ognis, the Dragon's Lash. Man, I wish this was a dragon, right? That would be so cool. So for 4 mana, and it's all red sources in this deck, so it works. It's a 3/3 haste. Whenever a creature you control with haste attacks, create a tapped treasure token. So remember, it's tapped. That's important, right? But this is essentially each creature with haste. So if you attack with 3 creatures with haste, then you get 3 tapped treasure tokens for your next turn. That is insane ramp, and it combos beautifully with, you guys already know, burn down the house on turn 5. You could slap some devils down, and each of them have haste, and then swing on in with your Dragon's Lash and your devils and create 4 tapped treasure tokens for next turn, which at that point is just so much value, guys. So much. Yeah. Yeah, just so much value. I forgot to mention with the big score, this is in here for drawing as well as the treasures. Like the draw power on this is actually really important. I think it is going to be easy to run out of cards in your hand in a deck like this. But yeah, burn down the house combo is beautiful with this, as well as just being a wonderful board wipe. 4 gold spans, obviously, right? We have 1 Urabrask, Heretic, a Praetor. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how to pronounce this. I wasn't playing Magic around the time that these guys were floating about, so I think the legendary creature type is Phyrexian. I don't know how to pronounce that second part, though. So it is a 5-drop haste 4/4. So Goldspan stats without the flying. Man, I wish this had flying. Wouldn't that be sweet? Wish it was a dragon, too. I wish everything was a dragon, though. So at the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card. You may play it this turn. So another card in here that kind of helps us get more cards off the top because we have so much mana. Like I said, we're probably going to run out of cards easy. So having this is nice. You could probably run 2 of them if you wanted to. It is legendary, and we already have a lot of 5-drops already. So, I mean, yeah. And then at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, the next time they would draw a card this turn, instead they exile the top card of their library. They may play it this turn, so you can essentially get rid of the opponent's draw step. And like, let's say they exile a counter spell. That's it, man. They can't do anything with it. Like, that's that, right? It just gets exiled. So yeah, pretty cool card. On the top end, the keystone of the entire deck, so we're going to go over it. Inferno of the Star Mounts, 6-drop 6/6. This card can't be countered, or this spell can't be countered. Flying haste. Every creature in the deck has haste, by the way, to work with Ognis. You could tap a red mana. Inferno of the Star Mounts gets +1/+0 until the end of turn. When its power becomes 20 this way, it deals 20 damage to any target. Guys, I'm telling you what, if you're already popping off early on with all this extra mana, I really don't think it's going to be that hard to get this Inferno of the Star Mounts power to 20, right? But also, if you're going that high, you're probably going to swing in and just kill the opponent anyways. But maybe they have a bunch of angels, and maybe the board state's locked down, and you just have a whole bunch of treasures to tap with your Goldspan that taps for a double, or maybe you have Glittering Stockpile to tap for like 5 or something, right? A tap and sack. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be hard to get Inferno of the Star Mounts up there, man. So that's where we plug all this extra mana into. In the mana base, we do got a Crucible and a couple Den of the Bugbears as well. Should be, yep, 22 total land, plus the Hazard, plus the Smashing, plus all the treasure here. Lots of ways to get a bunch of mana. So let's go ahead and hop into some ranked and see how it goes, because, man, I have high hopes for this one. I'm just a little bit nervous about it. We'll see, right? For some reason, it really wants me to play Alchemy play mode. Like, every time I go back to it, it's just on Alchemy play mode. That must be for everybody, I'm assuming. Uh-oh, guys. This is actually a pretty bad hand. There's tons of ways to draw mana, though. Yeah, what the heck. Let's test it out. Let's put it through the tests here. Well, there's 22 mana, and then we have the other 3 as well, so yeah, no, we should be able to draw a source here. I'm nervous. That technically was a mulligan hand because of how slow it was, but oh no. Oh, forever punished. Well, I wanted to test it. This one's my fault. Don't blame the deck on this one, guys. Although you never know. Maybe the deck draws like this every game. Well, that's going to be fun to kill with our Demon Bolt. Yeah, get your life. Get your life. You're gonna need it once I can play my cards. Give me 6 more turns, opponent. I can do this. Oh my goodness, guys. How did we how did it come to this? How did it come to this? Magic, what are you doing to me? Well, all the Inferno of the Star Mounts are out of the deck, so we won't be drawing those anymore, I guess. Yeah, forever punished, man. These first games are hilarious sometimes. Dropping the Obnixilis. Well, I'm sorry, buddy. You're not going to be copying any tokens today. Not going to have 3 Planeswalkers this time. Now, opponent, I told you 6 more turns, okay? Just give me those. Well, it's 5 more turns now. Give me that amount of time and I can get there. I don't want to lose this life right now, so the other Inferno's going to go bye-bye. This is embarrassing, guys. I apologize. I should have mulliganed. You always have to mulligan. If it's not in your starting hand, just pretend it doesn't exist. Oh, we got a Dragon's Fire. That kills this token. Did we do it this turn? Before they have, like, I don't know, they already have... I don't know what could protect the Planeswalker. I'm just going to do it this turn before they untap. Yeah, we'll decline. Wow, I was not expecting to not see mana. But here we are. Here we are, 48 cards left in the deck. We saw 2 of our lands. That's really funny, man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Hey, it does technically showcase what the deck could be if you don't draw your land, right? So I don't know. Probably none of the ramp and stuff. We're like another 10 turns away from the Inferno. I don't want to take 2 damage. I really don't. But I guess I'll save everything for now because we've been losing a lot of cards here, so. Hey, we got that mountain. We got there, guys. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Oh, man. That was tough, man. That was tough. Oh, this is in ranked, too. Well, we're at the bottom of ranked, so it doesn't matter, but yeah. How embarrassing. Don't worry, guys. I got some Obnixilis decks coming for you. I wanted to try to make unique ones. It's difficult. Like, it really feels like Obnixilis, being such an amazing card, only fits into a couple only fits into a couple different builds. That's what it feels like, but there's totally I can find some. I can find some builds where I can squeeze an Obnixilis into it. Everyone's building around the card though, so it's really hard to find one that I actually think is unique enough, right? I could just showcase like the deck that the opponent's running, but I'm pretty sure everyone and their grandmother has already showcased this build. You guys got grandmothers who play Magic? Go ahead and tap that because it puts a stash counter. Let's go! Let's go! What do you got, opponent? He has 4 mana. At this point, it could be like, let's go! Bro, we're super dead. Like, the opponent's not even sweating it, right? They're not even sweating it. Let me think here. We could next turn. Okay, they got a Chariot. Come on, let's pull this back. Could you imagine? Wait, how many turns was that? Were you guys counting? Okay, so technically we could big score. Wait. Tap for 2. 1, 2. Big score. No, yeah, we still only have 4 then. I was trying to be fancy about it, but anything we play here has to go into defense mode against their creatures. Maybe we could find removal. I think we search for removal instead of going into defense. I think that's fine. And I think the Urabrask isn't going to do much here. Hope that's the play. Get a couple treasure tokens, search for some removal. That is not removal. But we didn't get terribly punished here, did we? We could... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, I'm good. I think we just get the 1, 2, 3, 4. No. No. Tap for red. Tap. Ah! Ah! Panic! Everybody panic! We're running out of time. Ah! how are we still running out of time? I'm doing stuff, I promise. I'm sorry, opponent. I'm a thinker. Sorry, wait, what? Yeah, auto pay. Dang, that was janky. That was janky, guys. Yeah, so we get the Ognis down as a blocker here. But essentially it's forced to block the chariots, which means all they need is removal. They just need an Infernal Grasp, get the chariot going. So yeah, like we're forced to block chariot here. Oh my goodness, this is nasty. Nasty. So they can force us to discard our whole hand. Okay, they decide not to. So we're actually alive then. We would have been alive if we, so they can copy that. And they can make us discard the Goldspan, but we're just gonna take 2 at that point, because if we lose the Goldspan, like if we, wait, we could top deck a Burn Down the House and take the 1 from the Devil. So they actually, so we want to discard this and top deck that Burn Down the House. Could you imagine? This actually ended up being a more interesting, okay, it's just a Glittering Stockpile. Good game, we'll let the opponent play it out. Yeah. Could you guys imagine though? That would have been amazing. I'm pretty sure it would have been the opponent's anyways, but wow, did we get unlucky there. Can we talk about how I think we actually would have won? Can we talk about how, like, first of all, how powerful that first Burn Down the House was, but just like in general, I think we would have been able to slip enough damage through in the air and just eventually look at how much life. How do I, can I, oh, hit done. They're at 38. Is that just from Obnixilis? Oh, Innkeeper too. Okay. Whew. I was gonna say, I know Obnixilis can gain you a bunch of life, which makes it even more ridiculous, but I thought they gained all that, but yeah, no, Innkeeper. Standard rank, let's go into the next one and mulligan this time. If we don't have enough land, that'll be important, I guess. I guess we really want to see, because we really want to see that land in the opening hand, man. One of those things in Magic. Don't do this to me, game. Don't tempt me with these lies. I'm keeping it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I can't resist. I have to try it. This is like, these are good stress tests though, because we're so early, like playing with these new cards and stuff, that you do have to test and say, okay, Big Red actually wants 30 land and not 25, right? Or 25 potential. Oh no. Is it gonna be... First of all, we strangle the Initiate. Easy. Easy. And then their turn 2 Luminarch Aspirant will eventually get the Demon Bolt to the face, right? So... Opponent? Are you okay? There you are. Okay, they go for no turn 2 here, which... Free foretell, I guess. Guys, look at this. We drew the mountains. We got there. We got there, guys. I believed in us the whole time. They end up passing. I don't know why. A little bit weird, honestly. No turn 3 play here. Gotta be like a Wandering Emperor if they keep this open. Nope. So Redain, that's a perfect example of having that, like playing Strangle over the snow, the Frostbite. Yeah, big score just got a lot worse, didn't it? I'd say this is worth it. We swing right on in. What the heck do they have open? For, I guess, a Snakeskin Veil. Well, that would suck. It stuck there, didn't it? A Snakeskin Veil would be awful for us. It'd be really, really bad. I'm going for it. I'm crazy. I'm crazy, guys. I wouldn't risk that play normally, but we gotta see. Yeah, it's a Snakeskin Veil. Crap. Crap. There's also another new card, too. That's a 1-drop. That could be a combat trick. Snakeskin Veil. Hey, Demon Bolt's open, though. That could be good. We can go Glittering Stockpile, Demon Bolt. We could go Goldspan. What? This is Naya. Get that swing in. Yeah, that Vigilance, though, huh? So, a couple of Glittering Stockpiles. That sounds good. That sounds better than Goldspan swing here. Although, Goldspan swing... Yeah, I mean, it could be like another Snakeskin Veil. So if we go stockpile, we get that ramp, that natural ramp. And then we have the other stockpile. Like, we're tapping down both of these stockpiles. And then we have the Demon Bolt open for the Redain. I think we do this on our turn. So that way they don't have a chance to draw a second Snakeskin Veil. They kept everything open, though, so they could already have it in their hand. Like, this could be anything. Could be a Wandering Emperor, too. Valorous Stance, bro. They're not playing around. This Redain's going to be really tough to remove. And swinging into it with a Goldspan is actually just really bad. So, depending on what we draw, we might big score. We might. We just might. Okay, second red source. I wonder what that could be for. Well, I guess they were like, well, we have enough green sources. I guess I'll play this on red type of thing. I don't know. They go for the adversary play. Definitely double pump that, right? Unless they want to keep whatever's in their hand open. They go ahead and do that, so it could be another Valorous Stance, a Snakeskin Veil. Yeah, opponent's not playing around. Their deck looks really powerful. 4-5 Redain is terrifying. Right, so we go into the big score here. Aw, I wish it would have tapped down the... Be careful with your auto taps, guys. It kind of... I wish it would have tapped the other Glittering Stockpile here. But I guess that's okay to keep open. So we might get Goldspan down. Wow. Oh yeah, we only have 4 mana though from that. Oh, we're like super dead here. Yeah, we needed to see some removal for the adversary off the top. We just drew a bunch of dragons instead. Don't forget to tap the Glittering Stockpile at the end of their turn, or just whenever. But keeping it open might be enough to scare them out of something, but... So, a second Intrepid Adversary would just be a GG. Just full pump it and swing, right? Okay, it's a land and another land. Okay, here comes 8 damage. Very scary, guys. Very, very scary. Drawing a board wipe would be really good here. We did get pretty far into the deck, so we'll see. That's a land. The Inferno does block. And we do have 5 more mana from the Goldspan. But if we go... I'm sorry, guys. That could have been bad, huh? Wait. Yeah, how do we want to do this? We go Goldspan. Each of those tap for 2. So we could go Glittering Stockpile. And then 2 of the treasures. And the Goldspan can block on the ground here then. 2. So... Oh! What? Huh? What happened? Unexpected match complete. The current match has ended for an unexpected reason. Draw. We won! Let's go! What happened? That sucks, man. Has that happened to you guys yet? That was weird. Well, next match? Question mark? If the servers are down, I give up. The servers are down. We're gonna go play. Oh, what's that game called? Darn it! Oh, Legends of Runeterra. We're gonna go play Legends of Runeterra. That's what we're gonna do. Any fans of that game? I did play it when it initially came out, and it had great mechanics in it. So it never grabbed me as much as Magic, though, right? There's just so much complexity to Magic that makes it like more exciting and whatnot. Well, opponent, what do you got for me, buddy? Okie dokies. Potential angels. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, though. Yeah, now the hands are starting to look normal, which is nice, I guess. The hands are starting to look like what they were supposed to look like. I always test out the hands against Sparky. Make sure that it draws well. It's just, for some reason, it's real hit or miss when I'm recording. Get that Foretell in this turn, I think. Oh, Menace. Wow. I guess we have a blocker if they have haste. They are running red in their deck. I keep doing that, guys. Don't forget the Menace on the Goldhound. It is easy to forget. So they hold a blocker back too, which is actually interesting because of our Menace. Maybe they forgot it has Menace too. That's possible. 1-2. We could big score this turn. Ditch the Spikefield maybe. So another reason not to attack was keeping the Demon Bolt and the Spikefield Hazard open. There you go. Sometimes my brain does stuff for me that actually ended up working out. Like if we had to remove something with the Goldhound. No. Yeah. A big score open. Go ahead and pass here. Because we have Spikefield, Demon Bolt, both open off of our land, and then big score open off of the Goldhound sacrifice too. Could be Wandering Emperor, depending on what they're playing. Ambitious Farmhand. Okay. That's interesting. Well, they're tapped out, so I mean that's good news for us. Very good news. Do they swing this time? They don't swing. So they must be playing the long game too, potentially like Boros Control then. I don't like discarding the Spikefield here, but I have a good feeling we'll draw some land. Nice. That totally works. Urabrask could lock down a board state early on here while getting us a bunch of extra value. While Burn Down the House is not a bad option to get rid of their 2 creatures. And Goldspan is also not a bad option to start ramping. I'm gonna go Urabrask though. It's early enough, and we get a swing off of it too. It's early enough to where it could be really annoying to force the opponent to just play whatever is exiled on their turn. And we do have the Demon Bolt open, and yeah, we get an extra card. That seems pretty powerful, doesn't it? Fateful Absence. Get out of here. How dare. Fateful Absence is the card that they exile. Wow. Yeah, well, GG. I mean, that kind of shows the downfall of Urabrask, right? They go for a swing here, leaving us open to swing with Goldspan in the air. Yeah, we're gonna not play the den and save that extra treasure because any extra is good, I'd say. With the Goldspan out there, of course. We could actually do the clue too. We'll keep the clue and the Demon Bolt open though. I think that's okay. What do you guys think? Wandering Emperor. Darn it. Okay. We better start to sacrifice some of this now, right? Let's see what we draw. Glittering Stockpile. Nice. Yeah, that's a -2 if I've ever seen one, so... That is a -2 if I've ever seen one. If they end up swinging in here, then we don't Demon Bolt this turn. Because we have 6 mana to swing with Inferno in the air. So they save the Strict Proctor back, which tells us we might want to Demon Bolt the Wandering Emperor with... It's probably just better to burn down the house, though, huh? Yeah. It's probably just better to burn. Could go... if we go Mountain Glittering Stockpile, we'll still only have, what, 4 open, so... So it's just going to be burn. 5 damage to everything, I guess, right? We have 3 more burns in the deck, so... get the Den of the Bugbear down this turn, then. Seems pretty good. Man, I really want to swing in with a huge Inferno of the Star Mounts. We're just not getting it to work right now, so... Den of the Bugbear. Before they get value off of this, I'm gonna go ahead and take that out with the Demon Bolt. Nice. So the planes didn't save them. Didn't save the den. Got an extra. Alright. Inferno of the Star Mounts. That's 5 mana open if we do that first. We could Glittering and then Den of the Bugbear instead of the Inferno. I don't mind that. Let's do it. The reason being, it gives us a turn to prepare for a huge Inferno. Because now we ramped with the stockpile, we have another mountain. And so when it comes time, we get to actually use the Inferno's ability. Oh my goodness. Well, that sucks. That is awful. That could not be worse. At least we could get a double block here? Maybe? Man, that really sucks. Okay, well, we're hoping. If they don't double block here, then they might have an uh-oh on their hands. So it's double block into the Inferno. We buff it, kill both of theirs, and we get the Goblin through on the ground. Buff. Buff. Yeah. Yeah, the Emiria's Call could not have been worse for us. If they have another one of those, it might be over. They got their own burn. What is the opponent playing? I guess this is Boros control. So what their own burn down the house does for them is, yeah, it prevents our Den of the Bugbear from getting through. With a second Den of the Bugbear, it might be worth just powering this up, though. Very smart to keep the 2 back. But I think it's worth powering up here, since we have the second one at the ready. Yep, kill all of it. Kill all of it, right? Very brutal. Boros control versus mono red mid-range, or big red, right? I think it's still worth it though, right? Because they could just keep those 2 devils back forever. Okay, that's pretty bad. Oh my goodness, no, please. Please, no. So that is not an attack into that. Like, it was last turn when we actually had an extra Den of the Bugbear available, but now it's just a no-go, as this literally kills everything again, and they get to save their Goblin Shaman. So, yeah. No, opponent's going to start pulling this back, especially if we keep drawing all this land, so this could be really bad. Okay. All we need to do is see an Inferno off the top. And that's it, right? So, Inferno, here we come. Goldspan. Might be worth powering up the den if Goldspan is swinging in the air. The big question here is, no, it's not worth powering up the den. And it's worth keeping the mountain in case we draw a big score. We're gonna swing face. If they don't have removal, they're dead next turn. So they can keep their fancy pants Planeswalker. Watch us just die this turn, right? Like, they can give everything +1/+0 and haste, so technically they could just slam cards down and plus their Planeswalker. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Okay. They got the blocker in the sky. Ah, that's annoying. If we find removal though, huh? If we find removal. Don't be a land, don't be a land. Oh! What's the last card in their hand? What is it? This is unacceptable. Inferno! Go, 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 go! At face. GG opponent. Let's go, guys. We got there. Bro, did we only play 2 matches? Oh, that's right. The second match ended in a draw, which didn't count up here. So, yeah. Honestly, I got to be 100% real with you guys, okay? I thought this deck was going to be way better. Way better, but it felt slow. It felt clunky. But did we have some big moments there, didn't we? So, Big Red, here we go. What would you guys add? What would you guys take out? Obviously, you guys have, for anyone who's been subscribed for a while or who's been watching for a while, you know I end up doing aggro decks better. So this, while being red and up my alley, I think I could have built this better. So what would you guys add? What would you take out? Yeah, I still love the Ognis into Burn Down the House combo, but Ognis in this build felt a little bit weak. Where the combo is really, really neat, it just probably might be better to have more removal or more board wipes for that matter. Crush the Weak in this deck could be pretty good against like that Obnixilis deck, for example. Strangle was actually decent. I don't mind that at all. Shatterskull was decent. Obviously, Inferno and Goldspan were amazing. Urabrask was cool, but then they exiled that Fateful Absence, which is hilarious. Yeah, Burn Down the House was kind of an MVP, and we wanted to see it like every game. Like if we could play 8 Burn Down the House, we would just do that, right? And be satisfied with it. Big Score seemed pretty important too. We might want to find room for a 4th one. Go down an Ognis maybe. Surprisingly, it felt like we didn't have enough removal. The removal in the deck here. Where is it all? The ramp. The creatures. Yeah. Somehow this didn't feel like enough removal, which is absurd to me, right? Of course, the Spikefield and the Shatterskull were doubling as land, so I guess technically if you had to play these as land, then you're looking at this much removal. Even so, I don't know. Yeah, some more like 2-drop things that could kill. But the more you add, the more it's going to start looking like a burn build, which I already have a different burn build ready to showcase, so we didn't want to slip into that category just yet. Yeah, I don't know. It was a fun deck. I do wish, I thought that it was going to be more powerful, so I wish it was more powerful, but more testing is required, guys, and I would love to hear you guys' input too. If you made it this far into the video, y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.